Okay, we're recording. So this is our roadmap to diamond call. And my hope and goal and intention for this call is to give you guys tangible actions and really a roadmap where you can be like, okay, I'm going to go from this city to this city, and then I'm going to take this highway up here and get to our destination by following these directions. So that is my hope and intention. I do have slides for you guys. Look at me being all fancy. I was so inspired. So I don't know if you guys know this, but like back in the day, when I first started as a coach, all those years ago, Becca would do these incredible calls, and she would have slides, and they were all branded. You know Becca. She's like her and her branding. And she, well, the last team call that her and Nikki just did, if you guys haven't seen it, I would highly recommend going back and watching it because it was phenomenal. And they brought back the slides, they brought back all the branding and everything, and just got me so inspired. My branding is like crap compared to what Becca did, but I have slides, so I'm very proud of myself for that. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and then we will get started along our journey. All right, here we go. Let's do this slideshow. Okay, roadmap to diamond. So when we're thinking about when we're thinking about going to diamond, we're basically just thinking of taking a step up. Diamond is not the end all be all. In fact, it is just a starting point for your leadership and building your team and all of that stuff. So don't think like diamond is my ultimate goal. It is really just taking one step up, and there are many more steps to go after that. So here's the progression of the different ranks you guys can see. And let me just see if I can like kind of, there we go. All right. So here's the progression of all the different ranks. First is Emerald, and they're giving you, this is from Beachbody Corporate, so they're giving you some time frames to look at, but I would say just, you know, if the time frames are helpful to you, great. If not, don't worry. It took me about a year to get to diamond. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, 90 days, what? But at the same time, people can get to diamond in a month, and I'm going to actually show you how to get to diamond in a month if that's something that you would like to do. Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. So Emerald 30-day goal. It's a great goal to do in your first month as a coach. You need 2 coaches under you, one on your left leg, one on your right leg. The structure that Beachbody has is a dual leg structure, so there's only 2 legs that anyone can be put under. And these have to be your personally sponsored coach. If you go into the back office and you want to see your downline, I highly recommend that you do not look at the graphic genealogy, because the graphic genealogy is going to show any coaches that have been put under you by anyone from your upline. So for example, if I'm up here and Charlene is down here, but then I want to sign up another person, I'm going to put them under Charlene. But they're still my coach. But because there's only 2 legs I can put them on, I have to put them under whoever is there. And so graphically, you may have a bunch of coaches under you, but they're not yours. There might be someone above you who is putting them under you. And this is really good news because all of those people contribute to your volume, which we're going to talk about later, but they do not contribute to your rank. So if you're going to go into the back office to look at your downline, I recommend that you do your sponsorship drill down. And your sponsorship drill down is going to just show just your coaches. It's going to have it listed out in a very easy to see way. Who's active, who's not active, which legs are they on, so that you can get your mind around, okay, where do I need to plug in coaches? Where do I need to build to reach my next goal? So Emerald is you have 2 coaches under your each leg. If you have a spouse, I highly recommend that they are one of your first coaches that you sign up, and that helps you get to Emerald. So really you can just do your spouse and maybe a best friend or your mom or your sister or whoever. I think my first 2 coaches was my dad and my husband. So, and my brother was like the 3rd coach that I signed up. So that's a great way to get yourself to Emerald quickly. And getting your spouse to be one of your first coaches is also really helpful because it will help you with volume and building income. And I'll talk about that again a little bit later. But for example, my coach, my husband, who is my coach, he's Emerald as well. And because of that, he benefits from team bonus cycles. And brings in anywhere from $250 a week to maybe $80 a week, depending on how high. And he just sits there. That's just from him sitting there. So it's really beneficial, if you can, to have a spouse under you as one of your top coaches, just to hold that place and get that volume as you build out your team. Okay, so let's move on to Ruby. You can be a Ruby coach by helping 2 of your active coaches reach Emerald, and then having a total of 4 coaches, 2 on each leg. So Ruby is kind of the next step, although most people skip right to Diamond. They skip right over Ruby, because getting 2 of your personally sponsored coaches to Emerald tends to take a little bit more time. And by the time you do that, most people have the 4 coaches on both sides that it takes to get to Diamond. So let's move right into Diamond. For Diamond, you need a total of 12 people on your team, but 8 of them are going to be personally sponsored by you, with 4 on each leg. And then 2 of those coaches must be Emerald, 1 on each leg. And all those coaches have to be active for you to be a Diamond coach. Now, that's just giving you a general idea of like what it takes to be any of those ranks. But I just want to take a step back before we move forward, and let's talk about why we set these benchmarks in the first place. Do we do it because Beachbody says by 30 days you have to be Emerald, by 60 days you have to be Ruby, and by 90 days you have to be Diamond? If that's your goal, if you're a rule follower and you're like, well, I should, then if I'm not, I'm a failure. Let's go a little bit deeper, because that's not a sustainable motive. You can't just build a team because Beachbody said I should, and so I'm going to do it for them. We have to think about, what does this mean to us? And what it meant to me, well, getting to Emerald was kind of just a practicality of like, I want to start getting team bonus cycles. So that was just kind of like a, I want to open up my team bonus cycle banks, my volume, and so I want to get there as fast as possible. But when it comes to Diamond, I mean, that's really a leadership rank that I had to dig deeper. And what it boiled down to for me, and you have to think about this for yourself, everyone's why is going to be unique to them. But what it boiled down to me was, I wanted to pass on the joy of coaching to other women. I was starting to come alive as a coach. I was starting to dream again. I was starting to be challenged to be a businesswoman, which is something that's kind of in my DNA by nature. I just have this entrepreneurial spirit. And all of a sudden that was awakened again. And I wanted to pass that on to others. And I not only wanted to sign up coaches, I wanted them to see success. I wanted them to feel that empowerment of hitting Emerald, their first leadership rank, and inspiring other lives and getting to change people, be a part of that transformation process. So I would encourage you, like, dig deep and think about, what does this mean to me? It's not just a rank because Beachbody says I need it. Think about each of those little circles there that say coach or Emerald as a person, as someone who, when you bring them into your organization, you have the potential to offer them life transformation in their physical sense, and then just in their spirit and in their mind, to be able to be awakened once more, to stop looking just inside the box of like, well, this is what our lives have to look like from now on. I'm sorry. And instead, just really be able to expand their mentality. So that's a huge part. I would really love for all of you guys, as part of your homework from tonight, to write down why you want to be a Diamond. Like, what would this mean to you? What would this mean to the people on your team? What kind of impact do you want to have for them and for yourself? All right, moving along. Here we go. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit further just to Diamond. Here we go. You must have 100 PV every 5 weeks to maintain rank that your coach, and all your coaches must be active. Let's talk about volume for a minute. There's 2 different volumes. There's PV, which is personal volume, and there's TV, which is team volume. And so basically, it kind of, if you can think of it as the 2 different ways that we earn income, one of them is commission, like what you're straight selling to other people, 25% commission to anyone that you sell a challenge pack to, or Beachbody On Demand, or Shakeology. That's your PV, that's your personal volume. And you get commissions off of it, and it when Becca recognizes people for volume, that's what she's recognizing them for. It's anything that you purchase or sell. And just to be active as a regular coach is 50 PV. Now, Shakeology is 90. So if you're on Shakeology every month, you're going to be active automatically. If you have coaches under you who are on Shakeology every month, they're going to be active automatically. If you do have coaches, though, under you who are inactive and you would like them to be active, you can offer them if they want to try some other products. Let's say that they're not wanting to get Shakeology every month, or they're not able to drink it. If you go onto the Team Beachbody website, they're going to put right next to every single item what the PV and the TV is for that item. And so you want to look at that personal volume amount, and maybe you want to ask them, hey, would you want to try Energize? Hey, have you ever thought of ordering some beach bars? Connecting them, and not just randomly connecting them with products because you need them to be active, but thinking as a businesswoman and as someone who wants to serve their customers and their clients. Okay, who is this person? What would serve them? What do they need? I noticed that she's always tired. She's always dragging. She's always having a tough time getting herself to work out. Maybe Energize would be awesome for her. And then you're also thinking as a businesswoman and saying, okay, well, how much PV is Energize? Is it 50? Is it enough for her to become active so that I'm being aware of who's under me, who's active, who's inactive, and finding creative ways to not only serve your clients, but also build your business at the same time. So PV is super important for you to understand as a coach, to know that you are maintaining rank. And really 100 PV, like if Shakeology is 90, then you literally would only have to sell like one thing in 5 weeks to kick you up above 100. So that's not even something that I would worry about. If you're on Shakeology as a diamond coach, the PV requirement is super easy to fulfill. But it's good to understand what PV is, because as you're trying to help your coaches under you to become active, you want to know like what kind of things could they order that would help them to become active if they're not already on Shakeology. Okay, and then as you can see, it's just the same graphic that was in the previous slide. 4 coaches on each leg, 2 emeralds on each leg. And those, I think it's always good to have extras just in case somebody goes inactive, you can maintain your rank. So even maybe just as a nice round number, 10 coaches total, 5 on each leg. I mean, if you want to be an overachiever, which I know some of you guys like to be, and I do too. So now that we know the nitty gritty of like how to become a diamond, let's talk about how to get you there. First, let's talk about mindset. What mindset is going to take you to a diamond coach? You need to move from a challenge group leader to a team leader mindset. So if you have been adding challengers to, your groups, if you've been helping women get success in their health and fitness, that's awesome. But if you stay in the challenge group leader mentality, it's going to be really hard to make that jump into diamond coach. Whereas if you have a team leader mentality, you're not only thinking, how can I help people with their health and fitness goals, but how can I help these women now earn some extra income? And one of my favorite ways that made me make that jump is I just started to think, not every woman is going to want to be earning, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, right? Like that's a big goal that requires a lot of hard work, focused dedication, and only people who are like, that's what I want, are going to be willing to put in that work. But that doesn't mean that someone earning an additional $200, $300, $400 a month could not be life-changing for them. And I don't know about you guys, but my kids being in school now, there's violin lessons and there's soccer teams, and there's all these things, and each one is like $200 each. For some reason, that's like the big round number. And so how amazing would it be to have an extra $200 a month to be able to, yeah, sure, go take violin. Yeah, sure, go, do soccer. Or even like my husband works so hard, and we have our budget for his income. And I remember when I could like start putting away some money for us to go on a vacation, just him and me, like $200 a month over the course of 12 months is what, $2,400? Am I doing that right? Is that the right? I think so. that's a great vacation. Like, that's a great amount of money for a little getaway for me and my husband, to not have to dig into our normal budget for that. So, or paying off debt. Like, sometimes we can be so thinking, well, I have to get someone who's wanting to just like work a million hours and push this all the way to the end, which I love working with those people too. But when I started realizing that even women who just want to build this as a hobby and earn a couple $100s a month off of this, I can help them get there. And it helped me move from just a challenge group leader to a team leader. The next thing that you need to do mindset-wise to take you there is to move from only speaking about what Beachbody can offer in fitness to what Beachbody can offer in business. Beachbody has created multiple million-dollar earners in this business. They have created many, many, many six-figure earners in this business. So just like we would have confidence when we look at those before and afters of Insanity, people have done Insanity or 21 Day Fix, and we're like, oh my gosh, Beachbody's the bomb at fitness stuff. Beachbody's also the bomb at creating businesses, women and men who have created incredibly fruitful and profitable businesses. And so that confidence, I don't know about you guys, but when I started coaching, I didn't have a rockin' bod, but I looked at the before and afters that Beachbody had produced from their fitness programs, and I said, I believe that their products work. If I can stick with it, I am going to get results. And it's the same with the business. I believe that this business model works, and if I can stick with it, then I can see the success that I want to see. And we got to start talking about that, because if you never talked about the fitness progress that you were seeing or the excitement that you had over what you were going to see, then people would never want to join you in your challenge groups. And it's the same with your team. If you never talk about what Beachbody offers in their business structures and commissions and business plans, then how are people going to know that they can sign up with you and build a profitable business? The next thing you have to do in your mindset is to move up in confidence, that you can not only help others become successful hitting their fitness goals, but also their business goals. And this is kind of the same thing, right? Like, none of us comes into coaching thinking, well, I know everything there is to know about fitness. I know everything there is to know about muscle building and weight loss and nutrition. No, we come in because we have confidence in the resources. And if I just connect people to the resources, they can do the work and see success. And it's the same. I don't know if you know this, but our team has a kick-ass Coach Basics program. And our even corporate in the back office, I don't know if you've looked around there, there's a ton of resources there. But if you have the willingness to learn, there are resources there. Just like there's meal plans and workouts and everything on Beachbody On Demand, it's the same thing on the business side that we have in the back office, that we can connect people to it. And if they take it and do the work, they're going to be successful in this business. We can also have confidence in our community. Just like when you sign up challengers and they're going to get plugged into either a challenge group or the Better Babes community or whatever, we have a coaching community here, us, the Shine Tribe, that we can have confidence when we sign people up. We're not just signing them up to us. We're signing them up to all of us, our whole team together. And then we can have confidence in the people we're recruiting. This is so key. Just like when you sign up a challenger, and the biggest thing that you need to do with that challenger is tell them, I believe in you. I believe that you're going to see this through. I believe that you're going to be successful because you're going to do the work. And I know and I believe in you. We almost have to transfer our belief into them for them to believe themselves. The same thing when you're recruiting coaches. You've got to believe in them, that they're going to work hard, that they're going to achieve the goals that they want to set. And when you have that mindset of, I am so confident that I can help others because we have the resources, because we have the community, and because I believe in the people I'm signing up, that they're going to rock this business, that they're going to be amazing. That mindset is where you need to shift up to in order to reach Diamond, because Diamond really is a decision. Okay, so we've talked about the mindset side. Now let's talk about the actions. What actions are going to take you to Diamond? And there were a lot of actions I could have started off with, but I started off with these first two for a reason: being plugged into the community and being plugged into your challengers. Because I firmly believe that we are better coaches when we have an overflow of excitement about what we're a part of and what we're doing. And so it's almost like you can't put the cart before the horse. If you're trying to invite, and you're not plugged into the community, and you're not plugged into your challengers, and you're just like growth, achieve, which is something I fall into all the time. There's no substance there that you're inviting people to. There's no substance there that you are connecting people to. But when I am plugged into my community, I've made it a decision that now that the kids are in school, I'm going to be on every single National Wake Up Call, and I'm going to be on every single team call that I possibly can. And I was on the one with Becca and Nikki Thursday, and I listened to the National Wake Up Call on Monday, and oh my gosh, like it just lights me on fire and makes me want to just tell everybody I know, hey, do you need this opportunity? Because it's kicking and it's awesome and it's amazing and I want to help you and I see that you're struggling and like, would you want to give this some thought? Let's talk if you do. Here's a video. Like I don't even have to force myself to invite people when I'm plugged in to the community and when I'm plugged into my challengers and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to do this. I get to see results with these women. I get to hear their stories. If I'm plugged in with them and walking with them through their fitness transformation, I love what I do as a coach a million times more than if I'm just phoning it in, posting because I have to, and then like, I got to invite, I got to get my numbers up. It has to start with fanning into flame the fire of the passion of love for coaching. And that's what's going to spark someone else to want to join you. Because if I'm burnt out, I could invite until I am blue in the face. I could literally send out 500 invitations. But if I am not plugged into my community and my challengers, those invitations are going to be stale and cold and not effective, and I might as well not even try. So the actions that I would say is, write down what is one action you can do to be plugged into your community, and what is one action you can do to be plugged into your challengers. Do that this week, and I promise you, you will find a fire being stoked and rising up inside of you. You're going to want so badly. It's almost going to be like they can't stop the words from coming out of your mouth to want to tell people about coaching and the opportunity that we have here. So those two have to be priority. The next thing the action that you need to take is you need to have a vision of what you're building and you need to share it. The biggest thing that we do as leaders, if you're going to move up into Diamond, you're moving up into a leadership role. And the biggest thing we do as leaders is we have the vision and then we communicate it to others and invite them to come along. So if people don't know that you're building something, if people don't know that you're working towards a goal, if people don't know that you're wanting to create a community or a team or an impact, then when you invite them to join you, they're going to be like, you want me to join you in what? Like, what do you mean, be a coach? You have to have a vision of what does be a coach mean to you? What do you want your team to look like and be like? And what kind of impact do you want them to make? Once you're clear on that, you invite people in and they'll be like, okay, tell me more about it. I'm a little nervous, I have some fears, but what you're doing is so cool. I want in on that. But we've got to let people know what it is we're doing in the first place. We've got to know. So for me, for example, I want to help women shine. I want to take you have dreams, you have hopes, but you're tired, you're discouraged, you've been shut down, you feel unworthy, unloved. I want to just take all that hinders, like if these are all rocks in your way, I want to just take them out of the way so that you can shine. I'm not going to put a spark in you. You've got it there already. I just want to remove all of that so that you can do what you were called to do. Like shine it out. You have a purpose. You have something that God has put inside of you. And I just want to unlock it and just let you go and be amazing. That's my vision. And so I try to share that as much and as often as I possibly can. And then when I say, do you want to be a coach and help other women shine? Do you want to be a coach and be a part of my mentorship? Because if you're in my mentorship, I'm going to push you to want more, to dream more, to attack your worthiness issues, to, all these things. Come along, because this is my vision and this is what I'm doing. And so I challenge you to have your own vision. What kind of impact do you want to make with your team? What kind of impact do you want to create in your family's life? Do you want to retire your husband? Do you want to stop working at whatever job you're working at? Do you want to save for your kids' college? Like even financially, maybe you haven't made a dime yet, but you have a vision of financially what you want to do for your family. And if you share that and say, this is what I'm working towards, anybody else feel this way? Anybody else want to pay for a vacation for their husband because he works so hard and now you have a little extra cash to do that? Like, that's a vision. That's a picture that you can put in front of people's minds and say, this is what I'm working for. Do you want to join my team? Do you want to come along with me? Because this is where I'm going. Come on. If they don't know where you're going, it's going to be hard for them to want to join you. If it's like muddled and confusing and all this, it's going to be hard for people to get excited about it. They might be like, yeah, you're really cool and I like Beachbody, but I don't know if I want to join your team. What is that all about? So having that vision is so important, guys. And then another action that you need to take is to consistently share about the opportunity. And we're going to have opportunity to do that this month. We're going to run our Sneak Peek into Coaching, which is a great group that we can invite people to and just share with them kind of like the basics of what coaching is and why we love it. And I think it's going to be so much more powerful when we do it as a team and they can hear from lots of different voices and perspectives. But you know what? You don't have to wait for a sneak peek into coaching in order to share the opportunity. You can actually turn your feed into a public sneak peek into coaching. And I've been working on this resource. Hopefully I can get it done tomorrow and share it with you guys, where it's basically like everything we would share in a coaching sneak peek. We kind of have a list of like, what does a coach do? How much time does it take? What are the financial obligations? Like all these questions that people have. I'm turning that into like a couple of days of sharing on my feed. So basically, if you're following me, even if you didn't want to know what coaching was all about, you're going to know what coaching is all about. You're going to get it publicly. I'm basically taking it out of like a private group and I'm just going to share it on my public page. And obviously it's going to need some tweaking because I'm going to share it through my story. I'm going to share it so that it's not just like day one. This is what, maybe not as like straightforward as it would be in a group, but we've got to share consistently about the opportunity because first of all, you never know who's going to see it. Second of all, you never know who's going to see it, and then a couple months later is when they feel like, I need to do something. You never know when people get a medical bill unexpectedly in the mail, and they're like, oh my gosh, I either have to go to work or I have to find a way to earn an income from home, and I'd rather do it from home. You never know when someone's husband has his hours cut. You never know when a child all of a sudden has autism and they need to bring them home from school or whatever. You just never know when that moment of someone being like, oh my gosh, can I earn income from home because I need to, and I don't know if I can, and then your story pops up on their feed or your post speaks to them. I always think of offering the coaching opportunity as like people out in the ocean drowning and you're just throwing out lifelines. You're throwing out what are those, lifesavers. And some people are going to take it and some people are not. But by gosh, I'm not going to stand on the edge of a ship with a bunch of life preservers seeing people drowning in the water and just stand there and be like, well, what if they don't take it? Well, what if they don't want the life preserver? Like, I'm just going to stand there and just throw them out. Throw it out and throw it out. Because if I can save someone, and I'm not saying I have like this savior complex, because I know that everyone who gets it is going to save themselves. Like everyone who gets this opportunity is going to have to work for themselves. I'm not saving anyone, but I'm just offering it out. I'm just throwing it out there because we have an amazing opportunity. It's just like mind-blowing to me what we have. Okay, let's move on. So let's break this down. If you're like, all right, I want to get to Diamond, Vanessa. I think I know what my vision is. Okay, I got to share consistently this and that. How would I actually get there? So if you have 0 coaches, if you're literally starting today and you're like, I signed up yesterday, I have no coaches, and you want to hit Diamond in a month, you absolutely can. What is it, Diamond by October? So we even have more than a month, right? Because it could be the end of October. So I would say work towards 2 coaches per week. Now, if we're going to break that down into numbers, when I send out invites, I probably send out 10 invites for every 1 person who's somewhat interested. Okay? So if you wanted to sign up 2 coaches a week, you'd have to send out a minimum of 20 invites that week, which isn't that much. It's like 5 invites a day for 4 days a week. Right? Is that right? That's 20. Yeah. That's not that much. But it would have to be a direct invite to coaching or learning about the coaching opportunity. So something like, hey, I'm building my team. I've got this incredible opportunity. I'm so excited about it. I want to share it with others. It's a way to earn income from home. It's a way to help other women and blah, blah, blah. Would you like to learn more about it? Sending out 20 of those will probably get you 2 people who are somewhat interested. And those numbers can be better, especially if you know people or they're previous challengers of yours, they're familiar with Beachbody, whatever. I'm talking about just mostly cold invites, 10 invites to 1 person interested. Now, if you only send out 20 invites and you get 2 people interested, the chances of both of them actually following through and signing up that month are kind of small. So I would actually say double that just to be somewhat sure and send out 40 invites a week. And you may have 4 people interested, and of those 4, 2 would sign up. So that's very aggressive, okay? But if you have 0 coaches and you want to be diamond in 4 weeks, you got to be aggressive. Like, there's just no way around it. You've just got to put the pedal to the metal and be like, I'm doing this. I'm going all out, and I'm going to work towards this goal. So it's definitely doable. 40 invites in a week is totally doable. You'll probably get 4 people interested and maybe 2 will sign up. So if you do that for 4 weeks, 8 coaches, there you go. When you have those 8 coaches, I would identify 2 who may be willing to go emerald and try and put them on opposite legs if you can tell. Identify women who it's easiest if they're previous challengers or they've had some experience with Beachbody. They're in love with the products already. They've seen great results themselves. That helps to give them a little bit of a head start because they're going to be more bold to want to have a mother and a brother or a sister and a dad sign up under them and get themselves to emerald very quickly. So once you have identified those 2 people, walk them through the process of going emerald. Really handhold them. Be like, okay, this is how you're going to send out your link, and this is how you're going to get them signed up, and you can put them in my group since you don't have a group yet, and really handhold them and help them get to emerald. So you could do that and in 4 weeks be a diamond coach. If you have, okay, let's say there's another scenario. Let's say you have a lot of discount coaches, but no real business builders. So you're lacking the emeralds. Maybe you're close to the 8 coaches that you need, but the emeralds, you're like, I don't know. I would recommend approaching the coaches that you know who are loving Shakeology and Beachbody on Demand and asking them if they know anyone who they can think of that they'd like to share this with, that it could help them get a referral bonus and pay for their Shakeology for this month. Start talking about the business, invite some women who might want to get their fitness paid for. I did this once and it was a super cool group. I was like, listen, here's how it works. If you can get 2 or 3 friends to join you, you get your fitness program paid for. And that was super cool because the women were starting off already thinking, maybe I know a friend or a sister who'd want to do this with me. Maybe I have, a mom at school or whatever. It just got them thinking already, who could I find to join me in it? And then that will help them to sign them up for a discount coach account right off the bat and hit emerald super quickly. Another way that you can really push forward your efforts to building your team is to focus on helping your challengers see amazing success, and then you can convert them to coaches. So what I like to do is if I see a challenger who's like, man, she is going for it. Like she's making her meal plans. She's showing up in the challenge tracker. She is texting me like all excited. I can tell that she is really resonating with this and doing amazing. I'm going to start planting the seed of coaching in her mind. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, you would be such a great coach. You have no idea. You're inspiring me. You're inspiring the other girls in our group. You've got something, girl. You've got something special. And they're going to laugh you off. She'll be like, yeah, that's so funny. I don't know. But it's going to stay in her mind. She's going to start thinking, maybe I could. Well, what Vanessa does seem pretty cool. Like, I don't know, but could I really? And then I will approach her again in a couple of weeks and say, hey, I'm starting a coach mentorship. Would you want to learn about how to do what I do? I really think you'd be amazing at it. If you are, let's set up a call and I'll answer any questions you have. And then you can make the decision from there. So again, focusing on challengers, people who already have some sort of success with this, with the programs, they're going to be the best people because they already have the passion for what we do and they understand it. Guys, we have to be bold. If you're going to hit diamond rank, if you're going to go beyond, if you're going to build your team, you have to be bold and always lead with passion and not product. It is not effective to just hold up products all over your social media and talk about the products and the products and the products. Why do you love them? Why do you use them? Why are they changing your life? How are they changing your life? We have to lead with passion, not products. People are attracted to why we are coaches, why we love our team, why we love what we do, why we spend an hour on a Sunday night when we're probably exhausted and tired to learn and to grow. Like, why do we want to be here? Lead with that passion and people are going to be attracted to it. Lead with a product and people are going to be like, snore, I don't care. That's so important. We got to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in our vision. And this is a big, probably scary thing for a lot of people, but this has been so helpful for me. Get on the damn phone with people. Like, if you have someone who is truly interested in coaching, get on the phone or do a video chat or send them a video message. They've got to hear your voice. They've got to look in your eyes if possible. You've got to have that connection back and forth. If you send them a mega long email with all these details and answering all their questions and points and sub-points, it is dry, it is cold, it is not inspiring, it is overwhelming, and it is just going to like kill any momentum you have with that person and the interest that they have. I shouldn't say kill any momentum. It's possible to sign up coaches that way, but I have found, man, when you get on the phone, and if you don't know what to say, that's fine. You just start off with, hey, so excited to talk to you about coaching. Where are you at? What kind of questions do you have? What are your fears? What are you excited about? Talk to me. Just let them go. Let them talk. And as they're talking, you're going to hear exactly where they're at, what they're excited about. Is it the opportunity to travel? Is it the freedom? Is it the accountability that they'll have in their own fitness journey? Like, as they're sharing with you what they're excited about, you can just pick up on it and be like, oh my gosh, yes, you're going to love having this accountability, whatever. And you just answer their questions. A lot of times people just need someone who's confident to say, this is a good decision. Your gut is right in the right place. If you're feeling this in your gut, go for it. Because we feel that gut, and then the fear comes and is like, don't do it. You're not going to be good at it. And so sometimes they just need someone to come along and say, I believe in you. You're going to be a part of a community. You're going to have great resources, and you're amazing. So this is going to be great. Let's do this. And then the last thing I want to share, guys, is that concentrated momentum over a short period of time can yield amazing results. This may feel overwhelming, and this may feel like, man, I don't know if this is sustainable. I don't know if I can do 40 invites a week to get my 2 coaches a week for 4 weeks and da-da-da-da. Sometimes we just need to put in a concentrated effort of momentum. And it's almost like a plane getting off the ground. Think of your business. It's like whenever somebody has a brick and mortar business and they have a grand opening, they have balloons, they have that little inflatable like guy, they have, you know, giveaways and mailers and all these things because it's a new business. They're launching it off the ground. They're so excited. They've got free drinks or a DJ or whatever it is that they're doing for their grand opening. Are they going to do that every single week of their business? No. But do they need some momentum to get their business up off the ground? Yeah. And it's the same in our coaching business. Every once in a while, we need to put in these spurts of momentum. All right, I'll tell my husband, all right, I'm gearing up for a recruiting push. For the next 30 days, I'm going to be like this on my phone, answering messages, having phone calls, doing all this stuff because I'm like, let's go. And then you can kind of coast a little bit and you can just work with the coaches that you signed up, help them hit Emerald, help your challengers. Like, there is a kind of a funny rhythm to this business that it's not always going to be like this. But man, I feel like all of you guys are ready and hungry and focused. And we've got this goal, you know, diamond by October, or for the least diamond by December. So man, we can pull energy from each other, keep our eyes on the prize, and just like go, 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 go. And really see amazing things happen in our business. This fourth quarter, this is a perfect time to push for this. The fourth quarter is awesome because once January hits and everybody wants to get healthy, guess what's going to happen to all those coaches that you've recruited here in the fourth quarter? Their businesses are going to blow up and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you recruit them now in September, October. You train them in November, December. They're still hitting Success Club. They're still learning the ropes. And then come January, bam, you've got this team. They're trained up. You've kind of gelled a little bit. And like team growth explosions happen in January and February to those who put in the work in the fourth quarter, which is right now where we're at. So this is such a perfect time. Okay, I'm going to end with this. I don't even know what time it is. Hopefully I haven't gone too long. Okay, good. Guys, let's dream. Let's dream. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can get so focused on like the numbers and the stuff I need to do, and it's all right here. And I forget the big picture. I forget why I'm doing this in the first place. And I know I talked about this at the beginning, but I'm going to talk about it again here at the end. We're working towards a vision for us, for our families, for our team, and dare I say, for the world. Because I just finished The Happiness Advantage, and he was saying one person's life will, like the positive effects of one person's life usually goes out to people beyond them. So if I affect my friend Risha, and then she affects her mother, that's two people deep, right? That I'm affecting. So usually one person's positive energy, their actions, their words is going to affect two people out from them. And they said that number is conservatively at 1,000 people. At any one time, you're walking through your life, and if you are working towards a goal, working towards a dream, trying to help other people, trying to pass on life and vitality and health and positivity and goal setting and all these things, could affect 1,000 people. That's just you, and that's not even like really counting social media that much. Like that's just one person living their life around themselves. So I don't think it's too much to say that, I don't know how many people are on this call. I think in the Shine Brighter mentorship thing, there's like 15 of us, maybe 9. I don't know. But if that's the case, that's potentially 9,000 people that we are going to affect, just our own little team. And then the cool thing about this is when you build your team, you're not just affecting them, but you're turning them into effectors. So if the 9 of us even just recruit 2 coaches, then those 2 coaches recruit just 1 coach. And each of them becomes an effector to 1,000 people with their positivity, with their desire to help. I mean, the numbers just keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And it turns into this entire movement that is powerful and palpable and can change the course of lives, can change the course of a neighborhood, of a community, of a church. It's powerful to think of. And sometimes I need to get away from just okay, did I do my vitals? Did I comment on this many people's Instagrams? Did I, all the little check marks that I love? And I need to remember, Vanessa, take a deep breath. Right in this moment, you are offering hope to people. Right in this moment, you are affecting lives. Right in this moment, you are bringing a dream. You're planting the spark of a dream in someone's mind. Right in this moment, you're reaching out and you're providing support and help and love. Like that is no small thing, guys. Let's dream. And then not even dreaming for others. Like, let me bring it into yourself. Like, let's dream big dreams. What dreams do you have for yourself financially? What kind of things do you want to do? Putting your kids in soccer, like I said, or violin, being able to get out of debt, being able to take care of your parents and do fun things for them, being able to give to ministries or your church, being able to foster or adopt children. Like, there's so many. Go back to school or start. My husband and I, we want to start a school. He wants to be the headmaster and I want to help him and I want to go back to school for that. And we've got to, that's like our 5 to 10 year plan. But man, we need money to do that. So when I'm working, when I'm inviting people, when I'm hustling, when it's tired, when it's late, I've got that vision in my mind. I am dreaming about the church building that I want to contribute to for my church that my dad has worked at and founded for 25 years. And that's my family. And I want to be able to give to them. And if I have to hustle now to see that happen, it's all worth it. Let's dream, guys. Let's dream instead of just cutting it off and saying, oh, that could never happen. Oh, how could that ever be? Oh, that's just crazy. Like, let's stop all of that. And let's be like, well, maybe. Well, how much would that take? Okay, $5 million to build that building? Okay, well then, how much could I contribute? Maybe 5,000, maybe 50,000? Okay, so then let me build up to that. That sounds crazy to me, that we would contribute $50,000 to my church's building fund. But why the hell not? Like, if all it takes is hustle and heart, and I've seen other coaches build it, and I've seen what I've built from up till now, in the 4 years that I've been a coach, to have made over $100,000 out of thin air, guys. $100,000 just for me sitting at my computer and deciding I'm going to love on people. Hello, and I'm like, that's nothing. Like, my goal is to make that yearly and then double that. And so $50,000 to give to my father's church, sure, why not? And it's not about the money, but it's about the people, and it's about the heart behind it. And I just want to spark in you guys, like, let's dream, guys, because Diamond is just the beginning. Diamond is just the beginning. Let me take a breath. Okay. All right, I stopped sharing my screen. What are you guys thinking? Wait, let me stop recording. Is that everything that I want to say? Yeah, okay.